Hi everybody, welcome back to Quarantine Cooking with Carolyn. Today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. But you know what? Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. So I thought I would show you guys how to make a very quick and easy and versatile taco meat. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you something really fun to do with the taco meat that isn't just ordinary Tuesday night tacos. Okay, so make sure you stay all the way to the end to see that. All right, so let's get started. I have here a pound of ground beef, and I'm just going to turn my skillet on back there. And I've got a pound of ground beef. I've got 1 onion here chopped already, and I've got my jar of garlic. You know me and that garlic. So let's get started, and we're going to start out by putting the ground beef in, and then the onions that I chopped in my chopper here. And then we are going to add a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic, or 3 cloves of minced garlic. So this is a teaspoon and a half, but you know me and I like garlic, and so they're kind of heaping teaspoons. And we're just gonna let that go until the meat starts to brown and the vegetables start to soften. So that'll take a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple guacamole. Now, I get a kick out of when I go to the grocery store and I see these packaged mixes to make guacamole, because guacamole is really a very easy thing to make, and you don't need a packaged mix for it. What you need is, I'm just going to make enough for the 2 of us tonight, so 1 avocado will probably more than do us. If you're more people, you might want to double this. So what you're looking for when you go to the store in avocado, you want to find an avocado that has a little bit of give to it. You don't want it to be really squishy, nor do you want it to be rock hard. You just want it to have a little bit of give, and you can kind of see this one does. It's got a little bit of give. So I'm going to cut that in half like that, straight around, and I'm going to take the pit out like that, and get rid of the pit. And I like to just kind of score it like this before I put it in. You don't have to, but I find it kind of makes it come out a little bit easier, I think. And be very careful when you do this. You don't want to cut yourself. And as you saw earlier, I had onions in the processor, and I'm not even going to bother cleaning it, because why would I bother? I mean, onions are great in guacamole, right? So I'm not even going to bother. It's just going to be part of the... I'm going to get that little piece of, and the stem. You don't want the stem in there. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to add, I'm going to start with about a 1/4 cup of salsa. Now this is my homemade salsa, but you could, I'm thinking maybe a little bit more. That doesn't look like enough to me. So I'm thinking this is probably about a 1/4 cup. So I probably just added maybe a 1/3 to a 1/2 cup. You can certainly use your favorite jarred salsa in this. I've used paste pecani sauce more times than I can count. It's just the other day I got bored and decided to make salsa. It's what I do when I get bored. And then I'm going to add some powdered garlic. And I'm going to add a fair amount. Probably that's got to be at least a teaspoon. And I'm going to add a healthy dose of salt. Okay? And I'm going to put this Do I have this on the right lid way? What am I doing here? Oh, there we go. Now, before I do that, I'm just going to step over to the stove real quick, and I'm just going to give this a stir. Okay, we're just kind of mixing everything up. There we go. Okay. And you can also, by the way, use the minced garlic in this. You don't have to use the powdered. I just always have used the powdered. Don't ask me why, but either one would work just fine. So we're going to turn this on, and we're just going to process it a little bit. See how it looks. Maybe a little more until it's smooth. Now, if you like chunky guacamole, you don't have to use the processor, and you can certainly do this by hand. The other day I made some guacamole and just did it with a fork, and it was fine. So there you can see that's pretty good, and I'm just going to give that a taste because I want to see what it tastes like. Sometimes it might need more garlic. Nope, I think that's pretty good. So my meat has browned, the vegetables are soft, I've drained the meat, and we are now going to add a half teaspoon each of cumin, of oregano, of cayenne, and you can add more or less on the cayenne depending on your tastes. Last time I made this, I used the full half cayenne and did not think it was too hot at all. And salt. Then we're going to add a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. And 2 cups of water. And we're going to mix that all up. And we are going to let this come to a boil. And then we're going to lower the heat and let it simmer for 20 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes and our meat is done. So there you go. It looks all just beautiful. And it's ready for tacos, tostadas, burritos, whatever you want to put it in. However, how about a different idea? How about a walking taco bar? The kids are going to love it. Let me explain what that is. So what you need to get started is, first of all, your choice of taco meat, whether it's ground beef, whether it's chicken, whether it's a meat substitute, that's your choice. Then you want to offer probably some sort of beans. Black beans, pinto beans, refried beans, maybe jelly beans. Ew, no, maybe not jelly beans. And then, of course, the toppings, right? Tacos are all about the toppings. So salsa, sour cream, guacamole, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, all of that stuff is great. But what makes it a walking taco bar is the bags of chips. And here's how it's done. So you choose your chip, you open the bag, crush it up. You don't want to pulverize it, just crush it up a little bit. And then add your choice of meat. In this case, I've got a traditional taco meat. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add, of course, some cheese and some guacamole and maybe a little salsa. That's my homemade salsa right there. And a little bit of sour cream and a tiny bit of lettuce. All right, because you don't want to have too much healthy stuff in there. And then you kind of stir it up and walk away with it. I am going to sit outside and enjoy my walking taco. It's a beautiful, breezy Colorado day. So give this a try, guys. You're gonna love it. The kids are gonna love it. And I know you've got this.